blaming Jonathan for having toothache. I just think it's inconsiderate going all the way to a dentist when I could have fixed it with a baller string and a swing door.
Sheila, he's only taking the afternoon off.
Well, why couldn't we go now? He's hardly going to be worried about missing lunch. What's he going to do, come down here and suck an apple? Besides, every time he skives off, I have to work with that lunatic Quentin Pierce.
Oh, Quentin's all right. Bit eccentric, maybe.
Eccentric? Joyce, the man is completely hotty.
Well, I know quite a few surgeons who'd love to work with him.
And I know just as many who'd love to work on him.
Sheila, what did you say to me yesterday?
I said if you wanted a facelift, you'd have to rent an industrial crane.
Before that, you said you've been getting bored lately. Same old routine, day in, day out. What we need is something to liven things up. That's what you said.
That was not a plea to work with a gibbering screwball. Oh. Giles, I was just having lunch. Can't you... A stab wound?
It's no problem. I can handle it myself. You enjoy your meal. I just thought I ought to keep you informed. Hello?
Going down?
No.
A knife wound?
Yes, he came in through casualty. Apparently he works on the meat counter in a supermarket. Went to slice up a lump of pig and stabbed the knife into his leg.
Not another butcher.
How do you mean?
They're always doing it. They must have legs like cheese graters.
Jonathan, if that tooth is giving you jib, I can ask Simon Field.
No, it's all right. At least it'll liven things up a bit.
Liven things up?
Yeah, you know, bit of drama, get the old juice pumping.
Jonathan, a man has just stabbed himself.
I know.
Well, doesn't that upset you?
Sheila, I'm a doctor. If I get upset every time they wheel someone in, I go through 7 boxes of Kleenex a week. You're not telling me you're upset.
Of course I am.
Well, you don't look it.
My dear fellow, there is only room on the human face for one emotion at a time. Set is simply queuing up behind crabby, truculent and pugnacious.
The way you talk, anyone would think you were looking forward to this.
I am. Speaking for my own personal juice, it's thumping round like a box of frogs.
That's outrageous.
Well, at least I'm honest.
Meaning?
Well, what about you? I noticed you came galloping back for it.
Well, that's where you're wrong, Dr. Haslam. For your information, when Giles bleeped me, I was already sitting in the changing room.
One treacle pudding. So before you accuse me of wolfing it down when you shot off to do this operation, there it is. Untouched.
All right, so I galloped back. Somebody's got to pull that knife out.
Exactly. And if Giles had done it before you got here, we'd now be pulling the damn thing out of him.
As a matter of fact, Giles didn't want to do it.
Come on.
Well, it's true. I shouldn't really be saying this. God knows I don't want to embarrass the poor man.
Saying what?
Well, as it happens, the knife is rather close to the femoral artery. So Giles phoned me in a state of panic and practically begged me to do it for him.
Giles?
Yes, I know. Almost incredible.
Patient's coming.
Oh, good.
Giles said that?
Yeah.
I don't know. All this excitement directly after lunch. It's all rather a bit much, don't you think? Yes, quite.
He's still a bit tachycardic. BP's 100/60. I'll get scrubbed up.
No, it's all right, Giles. I've explained everything to Jonathan.
Sorry. How many units of blood have we got? 4. Right. Michael, bring the blood back and make sure they've sent them to us and not to casualty.
Right.
I really don't mind getting scrubbed up.
Giles, you've got nothing to prove. We all get a bit, you know, sometimes.
Yes. Yes, I think it's probably missed the artery. Well, this is quite impressive, isn't it?
It might look good to you, but it's given me a lot of pain.
Yes, of course. Now, Dr. Haslam here will get you off to sleep, and then I'll take it out for you.
You're going to remove it?
Yes.
Turn this thing round. I want to go back.
Pardon?
It's very nice meeting you all. However, I've decided not to have my operation.
Mr. Worrell, you have an 8-inch knife stuck in your leg.
7-inch.
Oh! Well, that's a step in the right direction, but if we leave it there, it's still going to be major alterations to all your trousers.
It won't hurt, you know. You'll be fast asleep.
Look, what exactly is it you're so anxious about?
Anxious? Look, nobody from where I live expects much from the National Health Service. But if I stab myself in the leg with a knife, the man who pulls it out is going to be a doctor. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm a doctor.
You're what?
I could scrub up for it.
Mr. Worrell, let me tell you something. That blade may possibly have damaged the femoral artery. Now, you can go home with it dangling down to your knees, but should it fall out, you're going to be in serious trouble.
You've already lost a lot of blood.
I haven't lost it. It's on the floor at the shop.
But what's wrong with you? Why you think nobody pull out the knife in casualty? Because they just spent £600 painting the place, and they don't want the walls all messed up with your blood. Cheryl? An expert must do it. No patient ever got second-rate treatment from this doctor. So don't go on so stupid and make her get on with her job, right? Sorry. I thought it might help. It is an emergency.
Giles, I know you didn't want to do this, but would you mind taking over?
Didn't want to.
Yes, you know, what you said on the phone.
I didn't say.
Giles!
I'll get scrubbed up.
All right?
That doctor doesn't seem so bad after all. But this one who's going to do my operation, he seems very young to be let loose on such a complicated surgery. You couldn't ask around and see if there's anyone else available. You know, someone with a bit more experience. You could do that for me? Ta.
Sheila, it's not the first time. A lot of the patients get a bit strange when they find out you're a woman.
Oh, I'm not bothered about that.
I'll see you tomorrow then.
Yeah. Have fun.
Thank you.
The awful truth is, I was looking forward to doing that operation.
So?
Jonathan was right. I couldn't wait to get stuck in.
So?
When I heard that poor man had stabbed himself, I belted up here like greased lightning.
So?
Joyce, for a woman who wears 3 layers of shoulder pads, it's amazing how far up my nose you can get sometimes.
Sheila, there is nothing wrong with looking forward to doing an interesting operation. You name me one surgeon who doesn't.
Neil Copeland,
Well, yes.
George Hope Wynne,
Yes.
Freddie Barclay, Paul Welch.
All right, I said one. Anyway, they don't count. They're just the ones who don't like doing any work, full stop.
Well, I just wonder if I'm becoming a bit ghoulish. It can't be normal for someone of my experience to get so excited over a simple knife wound.
Well, what's normal in this place?
What all the other consultants do.
Nothing.
Well, at least they can point to each other and say, well, he's not doing anything either. Who can I point to?
Quentin!
Am I late? I didn't mean to keep you waiting.
No, it's all right.
I'm quite sure Jonathan told me...
Quentin, what is that?
Oh, that's a towel.
Are you leaking somewhere?
No, it's just modesty, frankly. My shirt's in the wash.
Your shirt.
Yeah.
Might one ask why you didn't put another one on?
Which other one?
It's all right, Quentin, I'll be along in a minute.
Well, at least you can point at him and say you're not that bad.
Yes.
You're going with the patient, are you? Will you be able to do that and send for the next one, or shall I ask someone else to...
The next patient's in the anesthetic room.
Oh, splendid. It's all right. Everything's under control. Just got to...
There's another machine in there.
Really? Oh, yes, of course there is. I'd just like to be sure, because in some hospitals they I just...
I can do that.
No, it's all right. I like to do it myself, because if it's in the wrong place, I may not be able to... Good. Oh, here we go. Busy.
The man is off his chump. 100% gaga.
Why? What's he doing?
Well, it's not what he does. It's the way he does it.
Strange.
Exactly.
That's how I generally do it on a Monday.
Sheila, Quentin's always been a bit funny. He lives just over the road with his dog. He's got no real friends.
No real ones, no, just Joan of Arc and the Tooth Fairy.
What's his work like?
He doesn't seem to know where he is half the time.
In which case, he's probably a lot happier than the rest of us.
Something up?
Yes.
Well, don't tell me. I've got enough on my plate. Listen, about that butcher who came in with the knife in his leg. I've had the supermarket on the phone and they're quite anxious to know...
He's fine. I spoke to Giles half an hour ago.
Anxious to know if they can have their knife back.
Have it back?
Well, I know it sounds daft, but apparently they're quite expensive. And they're already losing a fortune every week with people running off with their trolleys.
Trolleys?
I know, but it is legally theirs. If we don't give it back, they could say we stole it.
Then I look forward to the day that one of them comes in to have their spleen removed.
Sheila.
Ask Giles, he did the operation.
He doesn't know where it is.
Then tell him to whack 10 pence on cauliflowers. I am not a consultant scrap merchant.
All right, it's not my fault. And if anyone could do with less spleen around here, we all know who that is.
Look, if you really think there's something wrong, well, maybe you'd better have a word with someone upstairs.
Well, I can't do that. If he really is mad, they'll give him a job in administration. Besides, what if I'm wrong? You know as well as I do, any hint of instability could ruin the man's career. I can't take that responsibility. Oh, maybe he is just different from the rest of us.
Is he gay?
Don't ask. Listen, Elaine, you're in psychiatry. What would you say if...
If what?
No, nothing.
Joyce, it was amazing. Everything's changed since I last went to the dentist.
Like what?
Well, the King's abdicated for a start. No, you know how those places always used to be kind of, I don't know, threatening? Well, this one's got paintings on the wall, and the whole place... What's up? You're not listening.
Well, I can't really say because I'm not supposed to know anything about it. Well, I was having a word with Elaine Fawcett outside the flower shop, and apparently Sheila's made an appointment to go and see her.
What does Sheila want with the psychiatrist?
Well, Elaine wouldn't say, naturally, because every consultation is very strictly private.
Joyce?
She doesn't know. Sheila hasn't told her yet.
Oh.
Which made it very tricky for me, because I had to make out I didn't know anything either.
And you know?
Jonathan.
Well...
Well, look, I shouldn't really be saying anything to
for
anybody.
Pete's sake. Joyce, why is Sheila seeing Elaine Fawcett?
Because of you, that's why.
Me?
Well, you two were having some conversation yesterday about looking forward to people coming in with interesting injuries, and she realised that's what she'd been doing. So now she's got it into her head that there might be something wrong with her. Only she can't tell anybody because she's worried that people might think she's not normal. So she's gone to see Elaine to see if Elaine thinks she's normal. Which, as far as I'm concerned, just confirms my theory that she probably isn't. And before you try and drag any more out of me, I'm not saying another word. So don't bother asking. Unless you know anything.
No.
Now, first of all, no names, all right? It concerns someone in this hospital. And, well, if we discuss something confidential, will it stay within these four walls? Or are you like that lot in venereology who blab about everything over lunch? I want to ask you a question. Excuse me, would you mind speaking? I know you're supposed to be good listeners, but it would help to be sure there are actually two of us in the room.
You wanted to ask a question?
Yes, well, it's strange.
How strange?
If you saw someone at night walking a dog in their underwear, what would you say?
Male or female?
Does it matter?
I think it would to me.
And say this person was a doctor.
Are you serious?
Elaine, I'm worried about someone. I think he may be unwell.
What do other people think?
He's funny, makes everyone laugh.
Does he?
Yes, but he doesn't know he's doing it. It's not like someone telling a joke, it's more like a dancing bear.
Well, if he's a doctor, you've got problems.
Do you think it might be serious?
I don't know. That's the problem. If you want me to diagnose someone, I'll have to know who it is I'm diagnosing. I might certify the wrong person.
I can't tell you who it is unless I'm absolutely positive there's actually something wrong. Wouldn't be ethical.
So, what do you want me to do?
Play some soothing music and let's talk about sex.
I'm not making it up. I read somewhere that 52% of British people never go to the dentist.
If that's true, why is it the other 48% always go on the same day as me?
Ah, Giles, everything all right?
Yes, I'm just doing the varicose veins.
I sincerely hope so, because if you're doing the breast biopsy, you're down the wrong end. By the way, did we find out what happened to that butcher's knife yesterday?
No sign of it. Sheila, what's all the fuss about? It's only a knife.
Giles, what is that rubber glove doing on the patient's foot?
Sorry?
How many times have I told you about using gloves like that? They're too expensive to waste. Use a green towel.
Well, I used to, but then Joyce said not to worry.
Why?
Well, apparently, since we subcontracted everything out, it's now more expensive to send a towel to the laundry than it is to waste rubber gloves.
So she said we can use them as much as we like.
Oh.
You should see him doing a vasectomy. So, what did Elaine say?
How did you know about that?
Joyce told me.
Jonathan, that meeting was private and confidential.
I know. Joyce doesn't mess about with rubbish.
Well, Elaine said we might have problems.
We?
Well, it's not just me, is it? This concerns all of us.
Oh, no. Don't drag me into this. All that, did you wet the bed stuff and were you breastfed?
What?
Look, Sheila, let me give you some advice. I know only one woman who really benefited from psychiatry. She poured out all her fantasies, and the chap liked the sound of it so much, he moved in with her.
Woman?
You're overreacting. If you think...
Jonathan, who exactly do you think I went to talk about? Me?
I'm sorry, Joyce.
I went to discuss Quentin.
Oh, no, you're not still going on about that.
Yes, I am. I think he may be very close to having a breakdown.
Sheila, Quentin Pierce has been close to having a breakdown for 5 years. When he doesn't look close to having a breakdown, everybody says, what's up with Quentin?
The man's certainly a good old-fashioned eccentric.
Maybe you're right, but should a good old-fashioned eccentric be working for the National Health Service?
My dear woman, no one else would work for it. Doing so is practically a sign of being 90% bonkers.
If you people haven't noticed there's something wrong with him, then you have no right to call yourselves doctors.
I don't. Do you? Good God, no. Anybody else? I play piano in a strip club.
You won't believe anything unless it's staring you in the face.
No.
Fine. Bleep Quentin. Tell him we've got some problem. Ask him to come up here and would he mind helping out with my list?
Sheila!
No, I'm sorry, I'm fed up with this. We're all talking from ignorance. If I work with him, you can see what I saw yesterday and then tell me I'm wrong.
Care for a mint?
No, I wouldn't. If you want the truth, this whole business disgusts me. I'm disgusted with you for being involved, and I disgust myself for not stopping it.
Hardly a reason for not having a mint.
I really don't see what everyone's expecting to see. I mean, granted, the chap's always been mildly peculiar.
Like George.
Quite. But as far as I can recall, he's never done anything one could possibly construe as being...
Ah, I hear someone had been looking for this.
Yes.
You have?
Oh, no, not me, no. No, actually, I can't remember who it was now. Who was it?
Oh, give me strength. Thank you, Quentin.
Sorry if I've caused any problems.
No, don't be daft. How's things?
Oh, fine. Itching to get going. Just, well, it is a bit hot.
Hot? I think you wanted this. Shall we leave this rabble?
Really?
Lane's place.
I just wonder... yes. That's not good. I want that looked at afterwards. Now then.
Is everything all right, Quentin?
Yes, I like to keep a close eye on the patient. Everything's ticking over perfectly. I just find this heat irritating.
I knew it.
What?
Me. I thought I'd feel like a prized prostate standing here, and I was dead right.
Drip set. Drip set.
I'll bring you one.
You shouldn't have to bring one. There should be one here. I mean, it doesn't matter. There's no panic.
No, Quentin, you're right. We should keep a drip set handy.
Well, it has to be said, old boy, if I was in there doing what he's doing and saw me out here doing what I'm doing, I'd have said to the loony wagon 20 minutes ago.
Thank you.
All right now?
Yes. I was just wondering why there's some people staring in through the window.
Them. Yes. Why is that, sister?
Mrs. Sabatini's trying a new technique.
Yes, of course. Yeah, I hope you don't mind. They did ask if they could watch.
No, it's fine.
It's just a small variation, but quite interesting.
How does it work exactly?
What?
I was just wondering, this new technique. How does it work?
Well...
Wonderful!
As you can see, I've done everything normally up to now.
Yes.
But in a moment...
Sheila.
What?
It's far too hot. I've complained about this before. Someone really ought to do something.
Shall I? Yes, if you would, sir. Quentin, come outside with me. Come on. It's all right. Just come and cool down.
It's frightening, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. It can't just have been the pressure of work. There must have been something else.
Only the fact that we're all different. Some of us feel pressure, some of us don't.
Yeah.
Morning!
We were just saying about Quentin.
Yes, dreadfully annoying.
What?
Well, Sheila Sabatini being proved right about the whole thing.
She's bad enough when she thinks she is. Now she knows she was, the damn woman's going to be insufferable.
Morning.
Now, come on, George, that's not true.
She looked upset to me.
She was. I got a bit worried for a second. If she thinks she actually pushed him over the edge...
Sheila?
Oh, yes. If she does, there's no telling what effect that can have.
Thank you. I think you'll find some loose change in my pocket. Caustic soda. I stuck my hand in some caustic soda. Oh, by accident.
Oh.
Look, I know it's now in a jar of pickled onions. It's the vinegar. That's what you do when you burn your hand with caustic soda, a mixture of water and acetic acid. I was trying to unblock a drain.
Drain?
So I took the U-bend off. Well, I did. Anyway, I forgot to put it back on, so when I poured the stuff into the sink, it all poured through the pipe. Well, I tried to stop it by putting the U-bend back on.